Hello YouTube, Wes here, checking in with a brand new episode of the CD Inbox, and I think what I'm going to call this, even though it's still technically winter, I think I'm going to call this Winter 2018-2019, just because that's kind of when I found most of these, and the last one I did was a sort of a fall update. So these are the CDs I found in the past few months. Quite a huge pile of CDs here. A lot of these I got for free. Yeah, those of you who collect CDs know that now is the time to get them if you can, because they're dirt cheap or free a lot of the time. So let's go ahead and get into it. A couple of new purchases here wanted to share with you. First one I got here is not necessarily a new CD, but it's something that I just bought new, and bought this at, I think I might have bought it at Walmart. This is the Led Zeppelin, The Song Remains the Same live concert movie kind of thing they did. I didn't pick this up when it was reissued last year. Just never got around to getting it when it came out. Finally went ahead and grabbed it. So nice little tri-gatefold here with the textured cover and 2-disc set. So really nice sort of recreation of the original concert album. So pick that up. Next thing I got here, a gift from a fellow VCer, Kevin Hogg. He does Christmas mixes a lot of the times in the past, and I've gotten a few of his Christmas mixes in the past, and he sent me his one this year. It's titled Christmas from the Cosmos. He did sort of a Deutsche Grammophon kind of look on this, so it turned out very nice. Oh, fell out there. Very cool. It makes these all really professional looking. Got really cool stuff on here. A lot of great music. You got Harumi Hosono, Lorena Mechanic, Michael Bublé, Robin Trower, Jerry Butler, Sting, John Fahey, Jars of Clay, Faith Hill, Sufjan Stevens. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Really great mix, and really enjoyed spinning this during the holidays. All right, next up, picked this up on vinyl a month or two ago. Talked about how much I loved it, so went ahead and picked up the deluxe edition CD of Troye Sivan's Bloom, one of my best albums of 2018. This is the deluxe Target edition with 2 additional tracks on it, so I got a couple extra tracks from the sort of similar time period of him making this album last year. And yeah, just love this album, wanted to have it on CD, and so went ahead and got this deluxe edition. That was a nice pickup. This next up is something I found in the office. We recently got sort of shuffled around, and we're cleaning things up and going through things, and I found this, and nobody claimed it, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It is a classical CD, Jeff Hamburger, Gus Jansen, and Willem Jethis. New Symphonia Amsterdam. I believe it's just some modern classical music from the 90s here. Yeah, written in the 90s. Written and recorded in the 90s. The people that play are born in the 50s, I guess. Is that how that's listed? It sort of lists their birthday, and this, you know, traditionally on classical releases you get sort of a born and died date, and these people are still alive, so it just has their year they were born in. So yeah, that was pretty cool. These next couple of stacks here, I think these are all from. They're probably all from Goodwill, so they're still doing their 10 for $3 deal on CDs at Goodwill. So it's a really great time to get them at my local Goodwill, and they move through there fast, so you got to kind of be quick. First one I got here, and yeah, for a while there they didn't have any CDs at all for some reason. It's like they didn't have any records, they didn't have any CDs, they didn't have any DVDs, they didn't have any VHS tapes. They stopped selling media for a while, and it was like a month-long sort of dry spell, and then all of a sudden there was a bunch of it all back again. So it was kind of weird, and I sort of hit it pretty hard when they came back, and got a lot of cool stuff. So copy of Depeche Mode Black Celebration. Great album by Depeche Mode. Another one for the Super Audio CD collection. We have Sting's Brand New Day on Super Audio CD. This is one I bought when it came out on regular CD, but I'm not going to pass up a Super Audio CD for 30 cents, basically. So that was a nice find. Next one, got one from Howard Jones here. This one's titled In the Running. 1992. So I do not have this on vinyl. It's funny, I was just putting away some Howard Jones in the collection back here. But that one's a little after the vinyl period, so don't have that one on vinyl. Got I'll Be Sure with In Effect Mode. I do actually have this on vinyl, but it's nice to have it on CD. This one has this big hit on it, Night and Day. Next up, Tesla's Mechanical Resonance. It's nice sort of, I guess you could call that metal. I don't know what you'd call Tesla. Hard rock metal kind of stuff. Scorpions, Best of Rockers and Ballads. Haven't heard that before, so that'll be a new Scorpions for me. The very best of Elvis Costello and the Attractions. So a nice Elvis Costello compilation here. That was a nice find. And then this next two are a pair. I believe there was originally a case that these went in, but that was not to be found, and these CDs were sort of jumbled up, but I finally put it together. Big Depeche Mode's 101. I believe this is live recordings. I've looked this up when I found it and not sure, but yeah, 2 CD set of Depeche Mode 101. Nice find there. Always pick these up when I see them just because, you know, for 30 cents, it's fun to have some sort of pop hits of the time, and these are sort of time capsules. So now that's what I call music 28. Now that's what I call music number 8, and these are the US versions, not the UK versions. The US versions are much newer than the UK ones, and now 8 in the UK was in the mid 80s. This is from early 2000s, probably, yeah, 2001. Here's a cool one I've had digitally for a while, but never owned a physical copy of Imogen Heap's Ellipse. Love Imogen Heap. She's sort of that female pop, art pop kind of vocalist kind of stuff that I love, and yeah, definitely dig that a lot. A dual disc version of Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten. So you got a DVD side with some music videos and other stuff on there. Probably a surround sound mix of the songs and stuff. And a Columbia House Radio compilation here, Volume 2. This one's titled Columbia House Radio Hour, Volume 2. A lot of stuff on here. You got Toad the Wet Sprocket, Bruce Coburn, Jayhawks, James Taylor, Nancy Griffith, Booker T and the MGs, Boz Scaggs, Sean Colvin, bunch of sort of mid-90s Columbia artists. Very nice. Recently got some Townes Van Zandt in the Vinyl Me Please, and picked up this 2 CD set of Townes Van Zandt live at the French Quarter. Yeah, this is probably one of his most well-loved, well-known releases, and I know this is well-loved anyway, so it's cool to find this. Here we go. Patty Griffin. This is Living with Ghosts. I've heard a lot about Patty Griffin. I've heard her mentioned in the VC before and in the music community here, but I have not listened to Patty Griffin before, so that'll be a new one for me. Compilation of Lightnin' Hopkins here. This is titled Sittin' In with Lightnin' Hopkins on Mainstream, Columbia Legacy. I have this on vinyl, but for 30 cents, pick it up on CD as well. Might as well. That's Adele's 25. Her most recent release, even though it's been 4 or 5 years now since that came out. This is pretty cool. This is a re-release of No Doubt's, I guess, their debut or their demo tape or something. No Doubt, the Beacon Street Sessions, or Beacon Street Collection. So pretty cool. Some early No Doubt stuff. Release here from John Prine, In Spite of Ourselves. Always nice to find John Prine. Don't normally do singles, but this one's pretty cool. It's a UK release of Modern English's I Melt With You. CD single, so it's got 5 different mixes on here, so should be pretty good stuff there. And we got a Buddy Guy Live, The Real Deal with the E Street Band, or Saturday Night Live Band. Christina Aguilera, Stripped. S Club 7, self-titled. Guess that a bunch of these S Club 7s, or maybe this is called S Club. Yeah, okay, this is S Club 7 with S Club, and then this is maybe the self-titled S Club 7. But yeah, a couple of those, sort of a dance pop kind of group there. Another CD single, wasn't going to pass this one up. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit CD single. This has a couple of bonus tracks, Even in His Youth and Aneurysm on it, which I think are on sort of rarer tracks to have. So that's nice. Non-album tracks anyway. Dave Navarro, Trust No One. The Best of Chess Blues, Volume 1. Bunch of chess blues artists on here, so that's pretty cool. Nice compilation. They Might Be Giants' Flood. 1990 is the year on that one. Limp Bizkit, $3 Bill Y'all. Cake's Pressure Chief. And Robert Johnson's The Complete Columbia Recordings. Very cool. All right, continuing on. This is going to be a long video, so hope you like CDs. But Talking Heads, more songs about buildings and food. I do have this on vinyl, but always when I have the chance to pick up something on CD for inexpensively, I do. So definitely wanted to grab that. Black Keys. I think this one's called, is this Cullahoma? Yeah, Cullahoma. Pretty cool to see get some black CDs at Goodwill, or black keys at Goodwill. What do we have here? The Cure with Mixed Up. Very cool to find some Cure. Here's another one from The Cure. This one's titled Wish. And Sleater Kinney with Dig Me Out. Kill Rock Stars. Do like some Sleater Kinney, so that'll be fun. This one I think Greg Short might have showed this one. I know somebody showed it. Maybe it was Matt Hayes. But this is the Green album from the Muppets. A bunch of artists doing sort of Muppets songs, but you got like OK Go doing the Muppets theme song. You got Weezer and Haley Williams doing Rainbow Connection. You get the Fray doing Mana Mana. Alkaline Trio doing Moving Along. Bunch of sort of cool modern artists doing songs from the Muppets. So that was a cool find. I'm glad I found this one. Very nice. This one, I don't know what it is. It just looked odd and it looked interesting, so I wanted to hear it. This is the Nouvelle Vague Band, or Nouvelle Vague Band Apart. I don't know. Make a play on Bonaparte there. I don't know. Oh, yeah, very, very interesting looking artwork there. So thought I'd give that a try. Haven't yet checked that out to see what it's all about. They Might Be Giants with Lincoln. Very cool. Another one by the Black Keys. This is El Camino. One of my most hated album covers, but it's a good album. I do love the Black Keys. And I do have that on vinyl, but might as well get it on CD when I have the chance. Talking Heads with Naked. And Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. Do have that on vinyl as well. Here's the latest from Sleater Kinney, No Cities to Love. Good new release from them. I didn't really know much about Sleater Kinney before this came out. When it came out, I listened to it and liked it. So glad to finally own a physical copy of it. That was pretty cool. Nice packaging. Sub Pop always does good packaging, even on their CDs. They take care to do it nicely. So that's always nice. Another one from Sleater Kinney called The Doctor. So I got a nice little Sleater Kinney collection going here. Next one is Talking Heads with Little Creatures. Do have this one on vinyl as well. Violent Femmes, self-titled. This is another one I've seen mentioned before, but don't know really much about it, so that'll be a new one to me. Annie Lennox with Bear. Another Annie Lennox here with Diva. This one I don't know anything about. This is a band called The Dukes, D-U-K-H-S. Yeah, not sure what to make of them. Looks sort of like an indie rock band, but just was curious enough to grab it, so I did. For 30 cents. If it's no good, no big loss. We got Sunvolt with Trace. And one more from the Talking Heads here, Speaking in Tongues. Classic from them. I guess this one is self-titled. This is OK Go. And Putumayo presents the Best of World Music African. So a bunch of African music on here. It'd be nice to listen to. Lynyrd Skynyrd's Innards, their greatest hits. Not the biggest Lynyrd Skynyrd fan, but, you know, for 30 cents I'll pick up a CD of theirs. Next up, Inca Spirit with Nazca Line's Prophecy, and I've actually seen them play. They're sort of a traveling group, and they show up at different festivals and stuff all over the world. So it's cool to have a CD from them. They play some nice peaceful kind of music. Fountains of Wayne, Traffic and Weather. Here's a cool one from Smithsonian Folkways. I don't have much from Folkways on CD, but this is a Pete Seeger release on Folkways. It's titled Headlines and Footnotes, a collection of topical songs. So nice collection of, you know, what Pete Seeger does best, sort of folk songs, and not afraid to call people out on stuff. So really cool, enjoyable. Sinead O'Connor with The Lion and the Cobra. Another one from Pete Seeger, also on Smithsonian Folkways. It's missing the cover, but I wasn't going to leave it behind. This is If I Had a Hammer, Songs of Hope and Struggle. So a nice collection of more folk songs from Pete Seeger on Folkways. I want to have as many of those as I can. Pete Seeger Clearwater Classics. And this is on Sony. And then the last of the Goodwill CDs I have here for you is a soundtrack to the PBS special Freedom History of Us. So sort of a history of the U.S., and this is the soundtrack to it. So went ahead and grabbed that. It'll be some interesting folk music on there and should be pretty enjoyable. This last pretty large stack actually came from the Second and Charles in Jacksonville. I went there in January just to get away for the weekend. Actually ate at the Cheesecake Factory, which it's been about 10 years since I ate at the Cheesecake Factory, and for some reason I wanted to eat there again. And I don't know, I mean, it may be 10 years before I eat there again. But yeah, it was kind of a fun thing to do, just something different. But went to the Second and Charles up there. It's kind of a half-price books kind of store. They buy and sell books and movies and CDs and games and all that kind of stuff. And some of it's new, some of it's used. But they do have a free bin on the way out. After you go past the cash registers, they have a bin. And it's stuff that they didn't want to buy and people didn't want to take back home with them. And so they just are allowed to put it in the free bin, so it's anything in there's for free. So there's always a good stack of CDs in there, seems like, when I'm there, and I got a pretty good haul from there. But first I'll get to the 2 CDs I bought there. I also bought some vinyl there, but I did pick up 2 CDs while I was there. First one I got here is a pretty recent one from Dolly Parton. This one's titled Pure and Simple. When was this released? I think this might be new. I think this it looks like it has a 2018 date on it. So that was $2.75, and it's still sealed. So that was a cool find if that's 2018 and I'm not reading 2010 wrong. That was a cool one. And this next one is also freaking amazing that I found this, and this was a killer deal. Bought this album on CD, and when it came out. This is the deluxe version, which is very, very rare. This is This Unruly Mess I've Made by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. This is the one with Downtown on it. It also has White Privilege on it. Brad Pitt's Cousin, Dance Off, a bunch of stuff on here. But this is the deluxe version. It's in a... if you know the cover of this album, it looks sort of like a velvet kind of cover with gold print on it, but it's actually just printed on the normal CD release. This is the deluxe version that's actually in a velvet covered gold foiled box, still sealed, and it was $3.25. And I looked this up on Discogs, and it's probably worth about $50 at least. And so yeah, that was a killer find. I do not know if I'm going to open this. I don't know. I'm probably going to keep it sealed for a while. I may open it someday. For right now, it's staying sealed. I do have a regular CD version of this that I can listen to, but I wasn't going to leave that behind. That was a killer pickup for a CD. All right, so the last huge stack here I have is all the stuff from the free bin there at Second and Charles. So let's go ahead and get into it. These were all free. Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits. See this on vinyl everywhere, but might as well grab it on CD. Bon Jovi, The Circle. A lot of these Grammy compilations. This is the 2014 Grammy nominees compilation. They do these every year when the Grammy Awards come around, and you get, you know, a nice compilation of all the or not all, but a lot of a nice selection of the Grammy nominated songs and artists of the year. Pretty nice. Natalie Cole, Unforgettable with Love. Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, sort of jazz thing there. On Verve. Yeah, this was pretty cool. I know I do have a Beatles anthology, but I don't know which one I have. I want to get them all. This is Anthology 1. So yeah, definitely grab that. Hopefully one of the other one I have is either 2 or 3. Here is a CD bootleg of Bruce Springsteen in Atlanta on June 4th, 2000. So there were a couple other burned CDs in there that I just left behind, but yeah, Bruce Springsteen bootleg. That'll be cool to listen to. Wynton Marsalis, Baroque Music for Trumpets. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Steely Dan, A Decade of Steely Dan. So a compilation of Steely Dan. That'll be pretty nice. LP-styled sleeve release of Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. It's still in shrink, so I won't open the gatefold, but it is opened. But that was pretty neat. Hadn't seen that before. Copy of George Harrison's Cloud 9. I think I probably have this on CD already, but for free, I went ahead and grabbed it. Maybe I can give it to somebody if I do already have it. Same with this one, Eric Clapton's Unplugged. Very popular one for him. Here's a cool one. Rolling Stones Hot Rocks. A nice 2 CD set. Early compilation of theirs. I think maybe their first compilation, actually. This is another one of the Grammy collections. Grammy nominees 2009. Another copy of Adele's 25. Wasn't going to leave it behind, even though I had already bought one. One of the CDs of Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band's live 75 to 85 set. I think there were 3 CDs in the set. It's either 3 or 4. I know it's 6 LPs or 5 LPs. Now I'm getting all mixed up, but anyway, just one of the CDs randomly in there. I guess some other people had picked them up, or I don't know what happened to them. But that was that. 2013 Grammy nominees. Judy Collins' Colors of the Day. Have that on vinyl, but it's cool to find on CD. Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, 100 Days, 100 Nights. Very nice. Very best of Don McLean. Best of Aretha Franklin. Cream of Clapton. Best of Joe Cocker. Yeah, apparently this person was into hits, so they had a lot of best of kind of stuff. But that's alright. Copy of Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen, which you don't see on CD too often. It's pretty easy to find on vinyl, but you know, don't see it on CD too often, so that was pretty cool. Grammy nominees 2016, so that's a pretty recent one. Paul McCartney's Flamin' Pie. Oh, I lied. There's CD number 1 from the Bruce Springsteen Live 75 to 85 box. Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits. Grammy nominees 2011. Copy of Foreigner's Records. Bob Dylan MTV Unplugged. Compilation here, Atlantic Soul Classics. So some really good Atlantic Soul artists. Hank Williams' Greatest Hits. And last but not least, a copy of Smashing Pumpkins' Melancholy and Infinite Sadness. And I definitely do already have this, but it's always nice to have extras of things to give away or trade or whatever. So those are the CDs I picked up in the last 3 or 4 months. Don't know how long it's been since I last made one of these, but quite a haul, and I want to get these packaged up because we're getting ready to move soon. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Get out there and dig some CDs. Show me what you got. Let me know if you have any thoughts or anything you want to let me know about what I showed today. If you aren't already, please think about subscribing. I do a lot of music related stuff here on the channel. I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, great night, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.